welcome to Monday morning meditation. I hope you had a good weekend. I had a pretty good weekend. I been thinking not really about anything specific, but a lot's passed through my mind in the last 48 hours, and something that I always fall prey to is my mental state. I'm not always this level-headed, and it's interesting because nobody is, right? But when you are self-aware, you kind of expect yourself to be level-headed because you're like, I recognize these things. I understand their issues. They might not necessarily be issues, but one thing that I try to focus on is keeping a baseline in my emotions. Never letting myself get too high or too low. But I think that is a feeble goal, right? I don't think we actually do have much control of our mental state. I think we like to think that we do, but I think that there's more to our state than us, right? And this kind of plays into the idea of seeing yourself as separate or seeing yourself as part of the whole. And if you think about it, it makes a lot of sense that you can't control your mental state if you see yourself as part of the whole. Because then you really don't necessarily have as much control as you think you do, right? But if you see yourself as a separate individual, then you expect that everything is going to be on you. And so you just assume that, well, no one else is going to control my emotions. I need to control my emotions. But if you recognize that you're actually not an individual as much as you want to be, and that you are a part of this thing, then there may be a lot of things that you can do to, make sure that you're kind of stable. But I don't think you really have as much control as you think you do. And to me, the way I realize this is like I've been meditating for fucking 4 years, 5 years almost. And while I have changed, I've grown a lot, I haven't really changed, right? Like the crazy dude that freaks out is still here, He might come out less often, but when he comes out, he still comes out, right? And it's like Kramer barging through the door. The lighting on this always gets messed up because the sun is moving. Better, right there. But it's interesting to me because even as I get older, I still expect myself to be a certain way. And I think that when you do that, you kind of set yourself up for failure. Because, and it's funny because I tell my fiance this all the time, like, you expect me to be a certain way, whether she does or she doesn't. I had this impression of that, and I expect myself to be a certain way, right? I think we all expect ourselves to be a certain way. And a lot of times that's based on the past, based on how we acted. We say, well, we shouldn't act that way, so we're going to act this way now. but that's still an expectation of how you should behave. And it was funny, I was listening to Sadhguru, who is a great mystic. I heard listening to him talk, because he was doing an American spirituality tour of the Native Americans, and somebody asked a question basically like, hey, my wife, she's a beautiful lady, I love her, but she has a tongue of a devil. Like, she's a demon with her tongue. Like, she yells at me all the time, and, stuff like that. And, basically Sadhguru said, if your wife is so wonderful, why would you sacrifice that at the altar of good behavior? And that meant something to me, because that's how I always approached my perspective on life and getting things done, is like, listen, man, I'm not going to show up the way society says I'm supposed to show up. And frankly, if you're going to have a bad day if you expect me to do that. Like, this is not going to work that way. But I'm still going to do my thing, and I'm going to do it really well, and I'm going to do it at a high level. And so basically his tagline was like, don't sacrifice talent at the altar of good behavior. Don't sacrifice potential at the altar of good behavior. And while you do need to show up a certain way in the world, I wouldn't say that you have to completely. I don't think that... Actually, I think that when you do show up a certain way in the world completely, you blend in. And I notice a lot of people that deal with this, where they are living in the path that their parents set out for them, living in the path that the expectations of society have presented for them. I know people who get married because they think they're supposed to. People who have kids because they think they're supposed to. And, there's always a way to learn through something. So, it's not that that's a problem. But if you look at the intention of that thing, if it's not always aligned with your trueness, then it's going to crumble at some point, right? Unless you can build something around it really quick to give it a solid foundation. Like, that's why 50% of marriages end in divorce, right? To me, it's interesting, because the more I think about this, it just brings me back to, like, how your family says you're supposed to be, or how society says you're supposed to be, or how the teachers say you're supposed to be. All of this stuff that we get pounded into us when we're very receptive and we don't question anything. But those people aren't there with you throughout the rest of your life. And to me, that's the most mind-blowing part, is like, how are you going to tell somebody that they have to be a certain way if you're not going to be there to support them when that way doesn't work out? And this is why I always kind of like look at my role in life as being bigger than what it really is, because I know that I'm not the only one that thinks this way, but I'm like the only person I know that says these things. And I know that we all understand these things. We all get the same feelings in our body that I get. And I always just wondered, like, how people could actually live with it. Like, how if you're feeling that way, like, I know you and I are the same. So we have the same physical reactions to maybe not the same exact thing, but how do you live with that tension of you knowing that you're going against your true nature, right? And I'm still trying to figure that out. Like, I have, like, and some people are so deep into it that they'll get offended for you asking them when they literally just got done telling you the truth. It's like, yeah, I don't want to fucking do this, or blah blah blah. And then it's like, well, how do you do this thing? And it's like, well, why would you ask that? And that cognitive dissonance, that lack of awareness, can really send you down a rabbit hole. But so can being aware of it and doing the same thing anyway, right? Like, the worst thing you can do is do it to yourself. I think Chelsea was watching something, and they were talking about how women how like there's this uh, crazy idea that women have to look a certain way, right? Men have it and women have it, and it's not necessarily crazy that society fucking thinks that they need to look a certain way, but it's crazy that they buy into it, right? And I think we all do it to ourselves. I think this is one of the easiest way to control somebody is by setting social expectations for them. So, I hope that gave you something to think about. Um, I have no expectations for you, except that you share this with somebody. If it's bringing you value, go ahead and share it with someone. I appreciate that. So, with that being said, let me take a hit of our Holy Sacrament, and then we'll start meditating. By the way, I really recommend that you start smoking weed. There's 100 different types of strains and stuff like that. Most likely you'll find something that works for you. The first thing you smoke is probably not going to be the one that works for you. But if you're like me and you use meditation as a tool to help you, the thing that always helped me when I first started meditating was smoking weed and then meditating. Because, like, if you're really tightly wound, these meditations are going to be great, but you gotta at least be a little unwound in order to sit down and meditate, right? And so that's literally the only way I started meditating was because I was smoking weed. And it's funny just even now thinking about it, like I'm starting to feel wound up because of how much I was wound up before I started. So it's a good tool. You don't want to sit and smoke all day and, all that type of stuff. But there's huge side effects with it. They're not small. But it is, if you can understand how to use it as a medicine, man, it's way better than a pill. I'll tell you that. It's way better than a pill. Okay. Go ahead and take a deep breath. Swirl it. Let it out. Hold it. Take a deep breath. Hold it. Swirl it. Let it out. Hold it. Take a deep breath. Swirl it. Let it out. Hold it. Deep breath. Swirl it. Let it out. Last one. Inhale. Hold it. Swirl. Let it out. Hold it. From here, we're going to move to the Warrior's Meditation. Put your hands on your lap. Back straight. Start following the air as it passes through your nose. Notice the air as it passes. Feel the temperature. The smell. The pressure. Just let the air breathe into you. Don't breathe in. From here, we're going to move to our eyes. Go ahead and put one arm to the side and make a circle behind you or on the side of you. Try and see your finger. Do the same thing with the other arm. Do it with both arms. Make sure your eyes see both of your fingers. Put your hands back on your lap. Don't look at anything specific. Keep your eyes open. Relax them. Follow the air through your nose. Relax your eyes. Take it all in. Just keep relaxing them. You're going to have to adjust a little bit. When you move into this type of vision, you force your brain to lower its brainwave state. Everything we're doing is designed to put you into an alpha wave state. Keep following the air through your nose. Relax your eyes. From here, you're going to open up your ears. Relax your eyes. Focus on nothing specifically, just let the sound in. You're listening to everything, blocking out nothing. If you hear a car alarm, that's great. Let it in. You hear kids screaming, let it in. Not judging, not perceiving, just listening. Following the air through your nose. Relax your eyes. From here, you're going to move to your mouth. Notice how wet or dry it is. Feel how warm it is. Maybe you just got done eating or drinking something. Noticing the breath as it goes through your nose. Relax your eyes. Open your ears. Taste your mouth. From here, we're going to move to our body. And we're just trying to feel our whole body at the same time. As we follow the air through our nose, We relax our eyes, we open our ears, we taste our mouth, and we feel our body. You should be becoming more aware of your body and its placement now at this point, how it's positioned, where everything is. You can feel almost everything at once at this point. And from here, I want you to go ahead and turn your direction inward and start noticing your internal body as well. So not just where your body is externally and what it's coming up against, but the things that are in your body as well. Everything in your body. Start with the bones, move to the organs, the lungs, the heart, the blood vessels, everything. Intestines. You've seen the diagrams, you know where it all is. From here, you're going to continue following the air through your nose. Relaxing your eyes, opening your ears, tasting your mouth, feeling your body. And from here, what we're going to do is imagine that there's a violet light inside of us, and every time we take a breath, it grows. Now, this violet light doesn't get stopped by walls or buildings or anything like that. It passes through everything. So at this point, it's surrounding you. And as you breathe out and breathe in, it's expanding to the size of your room. And as this violet light proceeds outward from you, your body begins to relax and decompress. Maybe the lymph starts moving back to its traditional place. Inflammation begins to recede, and the violet light continues to expand. At this point, it's surrounding your building. Relax your eyes. Notice the breath as it passes through your nose. Open up your ears, and the violet light is surrounding your neighborhood. As you notice the breath, the violet light grows bigger to the size of your city. And you relax your eyes. Follow the breath through your nose as the violet light grows to the size of your state or territory. From here, it's the size of your country. At this point, it's the size of the earth. So from here, what you're going to do is go ahead and close your eyes. Put your hands out in front of you. First, what we're going to do is tap the top of our head, tap our foreheads, tap right here, your chest. Push in on your palms. Push in on your palm. Alright, from here, what I want you to do, let me move this down a bit. For those of you who haven't seen this yet, it's not magic, I promise. What you're going to do is just put your hands together. Take a deep breath. Swirl it. Let it out. Take your hands, point them against each other. Just go like this. Start putting them towards each other until you feel something. You should feel something. Maybe you're going a little too fast. You might want to slow down. Eventually what you're going to feel is something that feels like a cloud. So I want you to feel like you're kind of squishing a pillow. Right? See how far you can squish the pillow until it starts pushing back. Okay, so now what we're going to do is take our hands, imagine they are violet lights, and we're just going to scan our body or do some general sweeping. If you're wondering what this is called pranic healing, and this is the general sweeping technique. It's just like a general thing to do. Works always on everything. You don't want to just go up to somebody and start doing this to them because, first of all, it goes against their will. But second of all, your will, it has to be kind of like a 50-50 thing. So when you're doing it on yourself, you gotta believe that you're doing it, right? And you'll notice that it just kind of works. Go ahead and go like this. So this is a grading technique that is basically used to sort out your energy from other energy, right? And so a lot of places where energy gets built up is like right here, right here. Mine gets built up right here sometimes, in the back, and basically you just want to kind of sweep it off. You always want to sweep in a downward motion. If you sweep in an upward motion, then you reverse the polarity. It is good for certain things, but you don't really want to sweep in an upward motion if you're meditating. If you're anxious or something like that, sweep in a downward motion. Because if you sweep in an upward motion, you could be putting that energy into your system even more, like I just did. Okay. So when you do that, it's basically in a big energy ball at this point. So you want to just get it off here. Roll it off like a big sock. We're going to make another cosmic fire like we did yesterday. So hold it in one hand. Go like this, make a fire. Now that you have a fire, take it, throw it in. And just get all the remaining stuff off you push in the fire. Make sure you put the fire out. Okay. So you should feel something. If you don't, it's okay. You're probably eating a lot of boxed food. Basically what we did is just cleansed our aura so that the meditation will be more pure. So from here what we're going to do is close our eyes. Take another deep breath. Hold it. Swirl it. Let it out. Go ahead, close your eyes. Put your hands out in front of you. Press in your center of your palms. Tap the crown of your head. Tap right here. Tap right here. Repeat after me. Our minds are one. Our souls are one. Our will is one. We are one. I am word through each one present. Word, I am word. I know who I am in truth. I know what I am in truth. I know how I serve in truth. I am free, I'm free, I'm free. I am that I am. I'm not the body, I'm not the mind, I'm not even the thoughts. I am the soul, the spiritual self, the Atma, the monad, the Christed being. I am that I am. Just be receptive. I am that I am. To all the holy saints, sages, spiritual masters, and ascended beings, especially to our teacher, Jehoshua, the one we call Jesus, we humbly ask for your divine blessing and ask for you to light the way as we continue to make our way in this world, not just only in this meditation, but throughout our daily activities. We ask that you bless every single person that we come into contact, whether or not we agree with them. Lord, this is our wish, and we ask that our will is combined with yours so that there is only one. Just be receptive. Repeat after me. On this day, I ask my oversoul to come in to my world, into my body, and into my being, to guide my life so that the small self no longer has to. I willfully accept the responsibility and gratefully turn over my will to that of my oversoul. It is with this agreement that I seal my future. I understand my oversoul always knows what's best for me. I understand my oversoul has been guiding me throughout my life. I understand I will no longer reject the suggestions from my oversoul, as these are the truth that has been given to us by God. Our hearts are one. Our souls are one. Our will is one. We are one. I know who I am in truth. I know what I am in truth. I know how I serve in truth. I am free. I am free. I am free. Go ahead and put your hands on your lap. Om. Om. From here, we're going to make pretend that we are inside the sun, and we are looking back at the earth. We're just going to send our blessings to the earth. Go ahead and keep your hands out. Put them out if they weren't up. And just send your love and well wishes to everybody back on earth. Picture your family, your friends, your coworkers, your pets, people you love, people you hate, everything, everybody. Bless them all equally. There is no separation. We are part of one planet. We are part of one species. We are one family. We are one. Keep sending it, keep sending it. Take a deep breath. Hold it. Flex. Send your intention up. Focus on your crown of your head. Focus on your crown in your hands. Let it out. All right. Slowly wiggle your fingers and your toes. Go ahead and open your eyes. From here, we're going to point our hands downward and send any remaining love energy we have back down to earth. This is going to ground us so that we can go through our day and we're not too loopy. Keep sending it out. Make sure your feet are sending it. Make sure your butt is sending it. Keep sending it. Let it all out. Come on. Bless Mother Earth. Thank her. Thank you, Mother Earth. We bless you. We thank you. We appreciate everything you give us every single day. We know we have a lot of work to do, and we thank you for the opportunity to learn through it. All right, go ahead. Slap your hands together. Go like this. Okay. You're just cutting anything out. Start the cosmic fire. Throw it in. Pour the water. And that should be good. Yawning and feel something. Yeah, that's exactly it. Usually I say when you're yawning, it's okay because you're just clearing energy. I didn't say it this time because I didn't yawn this time. I yawn almost every time. Yawning means it's working. So I'm glad it was working for you, man. That's all I got. I'll be back tomorrow. Same time, same place. Bye, guys.